Good morning, guys. So last night I was practicing with my friends and I dislocated my shoulder. We were battling at the end of practice and I went for a move. I've done this move so many times, it's nothing crazy. It's that I rushed into it and my shoulder kind of twisted at a weird angle and it just kind of popped out of place. I do have a bad shoulder. I've had this injury before. I've dislocated it so many times. It's very frustrating. I actually haven't had this injury in a while. I've been doing pretty good at like keeping it in place, but it just popped out again. And I actually was able to get it back in pretty fast. Sometimes there have been times where I struggled and I think it made the injury worse. So because I was able to recover pretty quick from it, I think that helped. So it's really sore right now. I had to stop. After that I stopped dancing. I was like, all right, let me be smart and take care of it so it heals a lot faster. I can still lift my arm and everything. I've actually hurt it so bad that I can't even lift my arm, like trying to do things like take a shower or drive or like super painful and very hard, but thankfully it's not that bad this time. It's just sore. And even when I do this, it's a little uncomfortable. Sleeping was a little uncomfortable. It's early right now. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. And I went to bed at like 2, so I slept a decent amount, but I think I'm still uncomfortable right now. So I was like, you know what, let me get up, let me go to the gym. So I thought I would show you guys what I do when I'm injured to take care of this particular injury, like my recovery process and everything. So over the years, I've had a lot of different people like give me advice on things that I can do to different stretches, different exercises, because I do need to rest and stay off the shoulder, but at the same time, I need to rebuild the strength. You don't want to just stop using it completely. You have to like slowly get back into it, stretch it, but I'm obviously not going to overwork it. I need to just relax and let it get back to normal. I'm a little upset because in about 2 weeks there's a big competition and I've been training for it. I've been getting ready, so this it's holding me back just a little bit. I mean, there's at least for a week there's going to be some things that I can't work on, like I shouldn't be doing handstands or anything in that category. I'd say in about a week I can start doing a little bit more. But I was having such a good practice. Like I feel like I did so much last night when I was practicing with my friends. It was so good. The vibe was great, really good energy. I just felt good. My body felt good. Last week I practiced a lot too, so I think that kind of helped me yesterday, but it was at the end of practice, so I was able to have a good practice, and then this happened. But it's okay. Sometimes you have to just slow down, take a break, breathe a little bit. It'll be fine. It'll heal. You know, I was upset, but I was like, you know what, it could be a lot worse. Like, it'll heal, and at least it's not as, I'm telling you, I've hurt this so bad in the past. I'm really glad that it's not. Like, I can lift my arm, so that's a good sign. And I think it's like this constant throbbing pain that I'm feeling, just like right here. And it kind of goes into my back a little bit. Like, it just feels very tight. It almost feels like there's a giant knot, which I've been trying to get out myself, but it's a little tricky. But anyway, I'm about to head to the gym now. So obviously I'm not going to do any crazy workouts. I'm going to show you guys like some of the stretches and some light like weight training. I'm going to show you guys some of my recovery process, and I'm also going to use the sauna while I'm at the gym. The sauna is so good for recovery, not just for injuries, but recovery in general. But I feel like that's going to help a lot. So I will see you guys at the gym. Also, side note, I like to have a protein shake before I go to the gym. So right now, this is my favorite. This is from organic protein powder. This is plant-based. I believe it's pea protein. This is the creamy chocolate fudge flavor. But this stuff is delicious. I've tried a few other plant-based protein powders, and they just bothered my stomach. I didn't like the taste, but this is so delicious. I actually just mix it with water. I like how it tastes. I think it's really good like that, but you can mix it with almond milk or any milk of your choice. I used to do whey protein, but I'm trying to avoid dairy. Just trying to cut back on the dairy. It's not sitting right in my system anymore. And I'm vegetarian too, so I feel like this just makes a lot more sense for me. Alright guys, I'm back home now. The gym was great. I feel like all the stretching and the little exercises, they definitely helped. The sauna felt amazing. It felt so good. Still pretty sore. I mean, it's going to take a few days, but I definitely feel a difference, so I'm glad that I went. So now I wanted to show you guys a few other things that I use to help out with recovery. So I've been a little unsure about when to use heat and when to use ice. Some people say ice, some people say heat. I know both are great, obviously, but it's just like the timing. I just want to make sure I'm good with that. But for the most part, I think you're supposed to use ice right away, like right when you heard it, first couple days. On here it says the first 48 hours. So I just got these. This one has 2 packs, which I think is all I need. I mean, today is day 2. Well, I heard it yesterday, so I guess, yeah, technically today is day 2. So I think after today, I'm good with the ice, but just sit with some ice, relax. And then after that, I'm gonna switch over to heat. So this, I've used this a lot already, but it's a reusable pouch. These are so fun. Like, it's got the little beads. Sometimes I treat it like a toy. It's like a, you know, like those stress things that you could get. It kind of, I feel like it kind of helps with that. But this is for hot and cold. So if you want to make it cold, you would just put it in the freezer and use it like an ice pack. Or if you want to make it hot, you just put it in the microwave. I've never used this as an ice pack. I just use this for heat. After I take it out of the microwave, I put a little towel around it because you really shouldn't put this directly on your skin. I mean, it's going to be really hot, and then I just sit. I switch to, for my shoulder, I sit with it in the front, and then I'll let it sit in the back too, because the injury kind of, I feel most of the pain here, but it kind of goes back too. So I like to just make sure I get everything. I do that for about 20 minutes. Same thing for the ice packs too. I said 20 minutes. I will say heat has helped me a lot, especially this. As you can see, this pouch has really been through it. It's helped me a lot with my injuries. Last year, I've actually done this a few times, but I had a really bad lower back injury, like so bad to the point where it was really hard for me to walk. So this thing, let me tell you, it helped me so much through that. I just, throughout the day, I would heat for 20 minutes, rest, just put it back in the microwave. I kept like putting heat on it all day, and it definitely helped me heal a lot faster. Next thing I use is KT tape. I love this stuff. One of my friends introduced me to this. I had no idea that this was a thing. So it's literally tape. Looks like this. They come in these strips. Depending on where you're using it, what kind of injury you have. For this one, I usually use 2 strips. So KT, it's Kinesiology Tape. What it does is it provides some compression to your injuries. I feel like it helps me so I don't make my injuries worse. Obviously, the best thing that you can do is just rest, let your body heal. I see this as an in-between, between like an ace bandage and like the bandage that you would wrap yourself with. It's kind of an in-between because it gives you the compression, but it's a little bit more flexible, and it lasts. Like, you can keep it on for a few days. You can shower with it. It stays on. I would definitely recommend changing it after a couple days though, because it starts to get all messed up and a little bit itchy too. And then I have really sensitive skin, so it might irritate me a little bit, so I definitely like to change it every few days. But it's cool. I think it's cool that you can shower and it stays there. It's very, very different. I've never used anything like this, but this has helped me so much. So I usually put a piece like this, and then it goes around my back, and then I put another one like this. So one would be here, and then this one goes over. That for me works for this particular injury. I've used it like when I hurt my lower back. I'll just put it across my lower back. I'll put 1 or 2 depending on what I think I need. And then the last thing I use is Tiger Balm. If you've never used Tiger Balm before, you have to try it. It's like Icy Hot or Bengay. I think this one is the strongest. I like that it comes in a little jar like this. Obviously, I've used a ton of it. The smell, I like the smell. I don't mind it. It's like, I don't really know how to describe it, but I don't mind it. But it is strong. I mean, when I use this, or if anyone uses it, I mean, you can smell it. So I would say smell it first. If the smell bothers you, might not work for you. But this, and you need to use it sparingly, because once it starts to warm up, it's intense. But I love this. I mean, I always carry it in my bag with me because you never know when you're gonna need it. So that is pretty much my recovery process for my shoulder injury. It's definitely gonna take a few days. The best thing that you can do is to just stay off it and rest, which is what I'm gonna do. It's crazy, like, you don't realize how much you use something until you hurt it. Like, I was driving back from the gym, and like turning the wheel, it kind of bothered my shoulder a little bit. So it just, every time I hurt something, I feel like I appreciate my body so much more. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.